One of the most frequently asked questions about the Master Agreement is actually about its structure. So let me try and explain this in less than a couple of minutes. The basic ISDA documentation framework comprises of what it's called the ISDA preprint, which is the first 28 pages. And attached to it is the ISDA Schedule. The schedule is essentially a list of elections the parties can make to customize and modify the terms of the preprint to fit their specific needs. So you don't really need to redraft or amend the main body of the contract. Instead, what you negotiate is the elections to the schedule. You can think of this, the master agreement, as a jigsaw puzzle. The first 28 pages set out the contractual basis of the relationship. So it's like a framework. And like every good story, it just starts with the introduction of the parties. It then goes on for 14 sections outlining their obligations, representations, agreements they need to make. Plus, it covers various events of default and termination events, including the closeout mechanism. So, in other words, it gives the parties the core legal framework and some certainty in case things don't go exactly in accordance to plan. The schedule, on the other hand, is divided into 5 main parts. Each part gives you an opportunity to alter and amend different terms of the preprint. Part 1 is where you're likely to spend most of your time because it covers termination events. Part 2 is a little bit less exciting as it covers tax provisions. Part 3 is where you need to agree a list of documents to deliver prior to signing your ISDA Master Agreement and during the duration of your relationship. And part 4, which is titled Miscellaneous, covers various definitions and provisions such as notices, process agents, and the famous calculation agent provision. Oh, and finally, part 5 is where the parties tend to include a variety of regulatory driven provisions like protocols and any other terms they deem appropriate. There is obviously also the credit support annex, confirmations, multiple ISDA definition booklets under a wider ISDA Master Agreement architecture. To find out more about how these work together and how to negotiate ISDA schedules, join me for an exclusive webinar. I'm delivering a free session next week. Details below. I can't wait to see you there.